All right, for my reference, this is the IMT 560 electric fuel pump addition or modification to the tractor. You set this aside. Okay. My IMT 560 uses used a mechanical fuel pump to pick fuel up and send it to the high pressure fuel pump. Mechanical, it's broke. This is a disassembled unit. Basically, that's the interface. This is the gasket I put on, I don't know how many years ago, probably 2011, 2010. And it's in great shape, so I'm going to reuse that, but I'm not going to reuse the pump. So, in order to cover the hole that this came from out, I have the gasket that I'm going to use as a template to drill holes in the unit so I can mount it directly to the tractor. The solution I came up with was a Facet Duralift pump, electric pump, that I'm going to put in circuit, and I'll show you more about that. And I chose a SS series automotive pressure regulator, and that's what that is. Here's a control for the regulator. It's designed for dual carbureted systems, so it has two outputs, input, output. The Facet has a catch bowl for, well, I want it so I can see if there's water in the system actually. But it has a place to capture the dirt and the grime. And I chose to use a bigger, heavier, what is that? 3/8. Yeah, 3/8 interface, and I put a pressure regulator up to 15 psi so I can capture what the fuel pressure is going into the system. Okay. When I first did this, my intention was to mount this to a panel, and as I looked, and if we use the gasket that I'm replacing as a guide, okay, that doesn't come close to fitting. However, fortunately, if we look at these holes right here, what I have is a perfect fit, except the holes are small. So since the tractor is 300 miles away, I went and I took a look, and indeed this is the drill bit size that'll work. It's a 21/64, and this is the old pump housing that came off the tractor, and that fits perfectly well. That's what I want to drill her out to. Okay, so this is going to be the solution that I'm going to mount to the tractor. This is just a piece of aluminum from what do they call those, rain gutter. Nothing special. Now, to help keep things from ruining this fancy nice Duralift pump, I decided that I need to put a fuel filter in series. Input, output, along with a fuel valve, 90 degree, 180 degree on off, that I'll show you once I have it set up with basically tubing to go to the input of this filter. This is a Kubota, a fuel filter that I use basically on my lawn mower. Let me turn the camera and show you the lawnmower there. Can you see it? Yeah, there it is. That's a Kubota. It's a diesel 3-cylinder, beautiful vehicle. I've had that for many years now. But I chose that filter because, simply speaking, what it is less parts. Okay? So, with that being said, the one thing I do need to do is to make holes and drill holes, and I'm going to do that next. As you can see, this filter here is the aluminum bracket. This is aluminum that I got, does not fit, so I'm going to ream that out, make it bigger. The same applies for the fuel pump. It's too small, so I'm going to make it larger, and what I'm going to use is this bit. It's a cheap old Harbor Freight bit, but it's designed to dig and to cut. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to put this one in and cut it to a point where it goes to the next size, and incidentally that should be the correct thickness. Let's see, there was a number on it somewhere, but I can't see. It says 5/16. This is a 5/16 size, so you know, burp, and we'll go right on in, cut that off so I can basically hook up the system on the tractor to go number one. This will be on this side, but on the tractor, how it came, so it's going to fit in this same spot. The bolts that were holding this in place will now hold this, and if you look at the thickness of this plus the addition of one side of the fuel filter as so, it will fit and adjust fine. Although, so I'm looking here, I may have to do something a little different because the nut's gonna not fit there. So I found a problem, and I don't even have the tractor in front of me here, so I'll have to come up with a slightly different solution on to where to mount the fuel filter. So let me go look at some old photos and see what my answer is gonna be.